Good afternoon, friends. Today is Friday, July 19th. I'm recording this for the next week, starting on Monday, July 22nd. First, let's look at some of the calls from the last week. Let me bring the last week's list. I think this is right here, if I can grab it. There it is. Yeah, it's kind of tough to guess the corner, seems like. Okay, let's bring it more inside. So here is a list. We had quite a few calls last week from Apple, Amgen, uh, Amgen, and Bank of America, Baidu, Checkpoint, FedEx, Google. Google is also, I know it fell $15. It actually fell $57 at the earnings, but then it incredibly came back, and I still think that we are going to see $1,000 on this Google. Silicon Labs, there's Mercado did well. JDSU, I'm still in JDSU. Teva, I'm still in Teva. Silicon Labs, and then Xilinx doing extremely well. So let's just actually cover some of those stocks, and let's also cover this week's. Let me put it back there, and let's go back and actually start looking at this week's. I mean, first let me talk about some of the indexes itself. The first is indexes. We have S&P. Just but now it switched to the second kind of a gear. But this is. I think I was under the impression that we are going to see some kind of a resistance about 1688, I believe, and actually in ES it was the 1682. I guess maybe I was looking at the wrong chart. Okay, 1678. But my target was 1682 on it, and now actually we blew through that also. So that means that we're probably heading much higher. But I think I'll be a bit cautious here, but because since we are at the resistance levels, but as I said, I do have quite a few positions I've been accumulating in the last couple of weeks. And now I have I do not have a gold position, but I'm still looking at it. But I have a feeling now we probably heading higher in gold. I won't be surprised if gold actually comes to this $1,400 level, which is like something like a mid-fib band, and this is also the middle of this channel. And then but as I said, I do not have a position in gold yet. Now let's look at some of the calls itself. Let's say suppose one of them is the Amgen. I was incredibly lucky with 105 calls, and right now it's sitting at 110. And in fact, their earnings are due in 11 days. That's on July 30th. I would think that the first of all, I have taken positions. I do most of the time when the call actually becomes in the money, I take at least part of my position out. This is my practice of it. And but the call also, like the 42 cents, it was trading today about $1.75. So I'm still in it, and so I guess upside target would be 114. By the earnings, if it ever reaches the 114, I probably will be out of the calls completely. The next one is this is kind of a real surprise to me, but I am in Broadcom, and I think I posted this. I don't know if it's the last week or the week before, but I am in Broadcom and I'm trading it, and I think it is 723 is their earnings. So I'll be waiting for it. Suddenly it dropped almost like $2 on the rumor that I think it was the Barclays rumor that they are I believe Samsung. Yes, Samsung switched to Qualcomm chips rather than uh, Broadcom chips, and that's the reason I think the stock fell. But I have taken position prior to it based on this ABC, and definitely, so I'll be holding on to it and see how it works out. The next one is Checkpoint software. Checkpoint, been spectacular for me because I've traded this, and right now I'm completely out. I know their earnings are due. Wow, it's actually next week sometime, and so I'll be looking for that earnings of it. But as I said, I'm completely out of it because it was in the money, and then it made you know quite a bit of it after that, so I decided to take out completely. The next one is the Chipotle. Oh, I forgot to show you one more thing. Is the in checkpoint. What else we have is we also have I think I posted this too. We have an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So the targets on this would be between $58 and $60, and that's where it actually broke out. The neckline is about 52, and then so we are heading towards 58 and $61. And the next one is Chipotle. Chipotle is, I'm not in the stock, but I've been posting it, I guess, almost from the beginning of the year, I think, because we had this inverse head and shoulder pattern in Chipotle, and it's been working spectacularly well. And of course, now today they went up by $32 on their earnings. But I'm not in it. But I think the higher target would be 424. If you go back and look at my archives, that's what I was hoping that it would reach between this 400 and $424, and now I'm thinking that it would probably head to this $424. The next one is Devon, and I have posted this also. And Devon's earnings are due on I guess this is the August 7th. I do not have a position in Devon, but I've been monitoring it, and then it actually broke out of this ABC pattern too. ABC bullish pattern. And here is the Expedia. Expedia is again, Expedia's earnings are also due next week, which is 725, and then their targets are between 65 and 68, and I've posted this quite a few times in the last few weeks. Fossil is another one. Fossil is trading in an ABC, and it has actually a little bit been volatile. At the top of range of volatile, gives a little bit of an anxiety for a lot of traders, because you're already reached to that top level. But I think once their earnings, I think earnings are due until 18 weeks, so I'm still thinking that it would be between $112 and $118. GE came out with their earnings today, and they had a very good earnings, and it went up by $1.15, I think, at one point. So their targets are much higher. In fact, my target on GE was something like $26, so I guess it will head even higher. Maxim is another stock which is also a bit surprising, like Broadcom. It also has a pretty strong ABC, and well, actually, it's not that stronger of an ABC, because these type of ABCs, I'm a little bit skeptic about it. But when I saw this breakout of the EL, I thought that it's pretty strong enough for me to take it. It was not as I said, it was not the best ABCs to trade this one, but that's what is in the maximum. Their earnings are also due next week. The next one is the Occidental Petroleum. Occidental Petroleum is showing pretty strong strength, and their earnings also due next week, and so the targets would be between 98 and I believe 98 and $103 on the secondary targets on that. I just took positions in Pfizer. Pfizer is another stock which I'm still going to think that it would probably head to this 31.50 kind of a price range, or 31.82 price range. And this happens twice. In fact, 31.15 was a recent high, but I think this time I believe it is going to actually break out of its previous range, and the earnings are on 7:30. That is, I guess, about 10 days from now. The next one I'm going to show is Sina. Sina is the one which I'm kind of regretting, because I knew about this, and I was kind of hesitant, and I think I might have posted it at least a couple of times. Yes, and here is the reason. It's actually breaking out from this long base, and now it's completely breaking out in the last 3-4 days. Because of that reason, I guess I'm a bit. I was a bit sheepish with the stock, because because of this long range. Then I didn't see a clear breakout, but now it actually broke out. And if you look at it from the ABC, the EL was at $47, and now it's trading at $64 within just a span of 2 months. The next one is, I'm trading this Silicon Lab, and I think I posted this quite a few times. Silicon Lab's also earnings are due next week, 7:25. And then the next one is, this is a spectacular, the Schlumberger. I posted this last week. Schlumberger today went up by $4.50. They had earnings today. Their earnings were spectacular too. I think the targets on this is between 81 and 84. Another stock I'm in is also called Teva. Teva is again, it's a similar, but it has a long break and it's coming out of this break, and I am hoping that it would get to this $41 kind of a price range, and I believe I have a 41 or $42 calls. It's something kind of intermediary. This one I do not have a position. This is called a tractor supply company, but it's their ABCC. It's probably getting to its range of $128. The last one I wanted to show is Xilinx. Xilinx has been spectacular this last week. Even though some of the stocks were not doing well, but this is doing extremely well. Their earnings are already passed like a couple of days ago, but they did really well, and I thought that it would completely lift up the entire chip sector, but it did not. So right now it's 44 to 46 is its target range. That would be it, guys. Thanks a lot, and have a great weekend.